watching her bleed profusely and nothing was done about it, but rather a camera was set up to capture the moment. It's really heartbroken. Could it be as a result of ignorance? Could it be as a result of negligence on the part of people around that lady at that particular time? Good day everyone and welcome back to Nurses Lecture Room. My name is Mercy and I make learning easy and accessible for all my viewers. And today I'm going to be sharing with you what to do when there is a bleeding, when somebody is bleeding around you. Please and please, I would advise you take this video very seriously, because this particular thing can happen to anybody. It can happen to your friend, it can happen to your child, it can happen to your close relative, and you are there. But with useful information, you will be able to save the life of that particular person at that particular moment. I was really surprised watching this girl bleed profusely and nothing was done, but rather people took their camera to start capturing the moment. Why are they capturing the moment instead of giving first aid at that particular moment? Why are they capturing the moment instead of coming to the aid of that girl at that particular moment? Watching that video, I knew the percentage chance of her surviving was less than 10%. And getting another social media confirmation that she was dead was not shocking, but was painful. So that is why I have decided to make this video. I've been posting this video, I'm going to create it, but today I'm going to be sharing with you useful tips on what to do when someone is having external bleeding. When I mean external bleeding, I mean the bleeding you can see that there's oozing, there's blood coming out of this person. Because generally there are two types of bleeding. We have the internal bleeding and the external bleeding. But today I'm going to be sharing with you the intervention for external bleeding. So the first thing to do when you notice somebody is bleeding is make sure the environment is safe. Before you do anything, you have to make sure that this particular person is in a safe environment. If not, take the person carefully, depending on where it's been injured, to a safe environment. Probably lie them flat so that you can give first aid treatment. You can only help when the environment is safe. But on that particular video, in that particular video I watched, I know some of you must have watched it, the environment was safe for first aid to be given. But what they do, they pick up their phone and start videoing or capturing the moment. So the second thing, after you see that the environment is safe, the next thing to do is to notice to look for where the source of the bleeding is coming out from. Where is this bleeding coming out from? Because some people, when they are injured, they might have multiple injuries in their body, but there is a particular place that is oozing profusely. So there might be scratch on one side, there might be bleeding on that side. So look for that particular spot where that bleeding is actually taking place. And immediately you see that particular spot, get a clean cloth. You are not in the hospital, so getting all those gauze and bandages might be difficult at that particular moment. So the thing you should do next is to get a clean cloth. Any available clean cloth you see at that particular moment, use it to hold it, use it to tie it. I don't know how you use it to wrap it around the wound. Apply pressure on that wound to constrict that blood vessels around there so that the blood doesn't come out profusely. And if you tie it, if you put that clean cloth and it's all soaked up, don't remove it. Put another one, put another gauze, put another support again to apply more pressure. Don't remove the one is already put because you feel, oh, it's already soaked up. No, apply another pressure to that particular wound. So what you need to do when you see a wound bleed is to apply pressure to that particular wound at that particular moment. Then depending on how many people are there, while you're applying pressure, ask the next available person, scream, shout, do anything, and tell them to call for help. If it's 911, depending on your location, depending on your country, call for help as soon as possible. Okay, but make sure you apply the bandage, apply the clean cloth, apply clean dressing. Just make sure you stop the bleeding, hold it. When I was growing up, I've seen my father, because when we go to the farm, we have a cut, the first thing my father do is to tear, there's what we call wrapper. For those that are familiar with this local, they tear the wrapper and use it to hold, constrict the blood vessel. They wrap it around it and tie it properly. Then when we leave the farm, they take us to the pharmacy to get it treated. But at that particular moment, a first aid has been given. So this is a general knowledge that people should be informed about. I beg of us. Please and please share this video. You don't know, share to your friends. You might be the one in danger tomorrow and your friend is the one that will come to help you. Share to your family and friends. Let them stay informed. Tackle bleeding with this particular method, and also send the person to the hospital for proper managers by those that are by healthcare provider. Let's put it that way. Okay, you don't just leave the wound to bleed because you don't know what to do. This is a first aid treatment. I think first aid should be taught in all schools. From as small as primary schools, they should have ideas of what to do when somebody is bleeding, somebody is choking, they should have idea. Because if not, lives will be lost. And there's also something I want to say. If the person is shivering during this process, you can cover the person up. Okay? You can cover the person up to keep the person warm. If the person is shivering, maybe the person is going into hemorrhagic shock. But make sure you call for help and get useful assistance. And not during this period where someone is bleeding profusely, especially a severe bleeding, there is tension, there's anxiety. You should try and calm down, because that is going to go a long way to help us. So this is just the tip I want to share with you all when it comes to stopping bleeding. Thank you very much for staying tuned. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and also don't forget to share with a friend if you got value. For all my returning subscribers, this is Nurse Mercy saying thank you. Bye and see you in our next video.